Hey friends, welcome back to the channel, Creatively Sandra. If you're new here, I'm Sandra, and I also need to welcome myself back because I have been gone for 3 weeks. So, did you miss me? We have a vlog and discussion today for where I've been and what I did. I went to the Magic Hap-pins pin event in Orlando. This was a Disney sponsored event. It is a pin trading event, and it was very cool, and I have some pros, some cons about it that I wanted to show you, discuss with you. I want to show you the pins I got. I want to show you the trades, all of that stuff. So let's hunker down, get yourself a drink, get yourself a snack. I've got a big one here drink-wise. So we will walk through. What I'm going to do first is show you a little video of a little bit of vlogging, some photos of the event, entering the event, and how things went, getting through registration and lines and stuff like that. And then we'll come back and discuss what you may see in here. I also did a video on some of the pin openings separately that I'll link down below and maybe link up here that you can go watch as well. But let's get started. Hey friends, it's happening. We are here at Coronado Springs Convention Center. I'm going to turn the camera around in a moment, but we are headed into the Magic Hap-pins Disney pin event. I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't see people. I parked here. I'm assuming it's because a lot of people did not drive, so we'll just see where we go and how this whole thing works. I got a later start to my day because my son and his wife had a baby yesterday. So that kind of put a crink in the time schedule of the plans, but still made it here, and we'll be going back to visit them some more after the event. So stay tuned. I'm going to turn the camera around and let's see what's going on. As you can see, all is kind of quiet here. Let's see what's going on inside. So I just asked somebody, and we're walking still, and it looks like we have to go down a couple hallways. So there was probably a much better place to park, but we'll find out, and we'll do that on the next time. Tomorrow. Oh, let me turn this around because I can see the people now. Okay, can you guys see all the hubbub down there? Let's zoom in a bit. We're still quite far away. Looks like there's a line. A friend told me they were in line for 2 hours. So I'm hoping that by coming late, we may have missed a little bit of that. Sorry, this is very shaky. Let's pause and we'll come back. saw from the initial walkthrough, I kind of didn't know what I was doing, didn't know where I was going, but it worked out. So little background, I live in Virginia, and I was able to take an auto train from Virginia to Orlando, technically to Sanford, kind of a next town over, about 30 minutes away from Disney area, maybe a little more. But I took an auto train. I was able to carry my pins. I had a bunch of stuff I was going down to. The reason for this trip being so long is I was going down to my son's to help him and his wife out, who were expecting a baby. And then I was going to the pin event. Then I was going to spend some time in Orlando with my other grandchildren and then come home. All that changed because a baby was born in that time. And so we ended up staying. My husband met me down there and we went back down to my son's after, well, the baby was born while I was there. Then I went to pin event. Then I went back down to visit the baby and my son and daughter-in-law again. So let's get started with the Magic Hap-pins events. So first of all, as you saw, I got to the hotel. I was able to check in and get my room and then head to the event. Now, what I had heard from people who were already there, I was late because I had gone to see the baby that morning, see my daughter-in-law at the hospital, and that was 3+ hours away. And so I knew I wasn't going to make it early. That was okay. So what was going on for that first day was check-in. You pre-registered and that sold out, but when you walked in, you had to show your ID and get your credentials, that's the one thing I forgot to pull out, a badge you got that you had your lanyard around, and it had your name and it had the agenda on it as well. And at that time, they also gave you your pins that you did through the RSP. The RSP is, I forgot what that stands for, but it is an opportunity to purchase pins in a kind of lottery fashion before the event. So they send you all of the pins. Many of you have seen the catalog online of what was going to be available. You looked at the catalog. At a certain date, you submitted your requests for pins and you put them in the order you wanted, and then they did a lottery pull. And so your first choice, if that ran out, they went to your second choice. And so it just depended where you fell in that to see what you got. I ordered quite a bit. I got everything but one pin. That one pin was the killer pin. That was the pin that is now going for several $100s and everybody's looking for. It was a, they had some event pins like meeting a character, seeing the castle for the first time. This one was pin trading, and it had Figment on the little pin board. Donald Duck was the pin trader, and it went crazy. But there were other ones that sold out very quickly, and I got one of those. So the first one that I got was this castle pin, and I don't even know if it's actually a pin, but it is. I didn't even open this up because I don't know if I'm going to keep it yet. It is a pin. It has pin backs here, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to insert a picture rather than hold you guys up. This is styrofoam in here. There are 3 layers. The pin actually lights up. The layers are because it has, what I'm going to do, I'll take it out and I'm going to post a picture here. But it is gorgeous. This again is valuing pretty high. After the event, people were trading for it at the event, listing it on eBay. All of that was happening very quickly. So, what I started to say about the registration is people who got there on time when it started, I think it was maybe 11 o'clock that you could register. Some of those people waited in line for hours. I got there very late, like between 2 and 3 o'clock. I think it was 3 o'clock, and I was in the line 15 minutes. So it was a bummer for the people who had to wait in line all that time. But what I didn't get is there was also pin trading going on that day. So after you checked in and registered, you went over to another room that only people that were registered for the event could get into, and tons of tables. You could sit, everybody could sit at a table or walk around. You didn't have to register for the table. You just grabbed a spot, put out your traders, and traded. And people walked up and did that. The biggest thing was people trading, well, I shouldn't say that. One of the big things was people trading the mystery pins that we had just gotten. So people opened those quickly and then traded. Okay, so let's look at another. There was parade float pins, and I got 2 of those. There were 2 packages that you could get for attending this event. One was the apprentice and one was the sorcerer package. The sorcerer package you paid a little bit more, but there was only like 100 of those maybe, and then everybody else had to go the apprentice route, but they got extra pins for that, and they got different lines and things like that, so everything was faster for them. But the parade floats, there were 4 pins, but if you were in the sorcerer package, there was a 5th completer pin. So this is one of the ones I got, and this is just gorgeous. I love these. These were about a $55 pin, so, and they connect together. Now, I did not get them all. I wasn't sure if I wanted them all, and I probably will sell or trade a couple of them. Well, I only got a couple, so it'll be a matter of trying to decide which ones I want to keep and which ones I want to trade. And I haven't done any of that yet. People were doing it at the event, listing them right away, selling them, trading them. This was another one, and I didn't pull out the names of these. Okay, part of the process that took the line so long is that they gave you a printout of what you ordered, and they went through the list and checked the pins, so that took some time. So parade floats, I got a, this is the Festival of Fantasy parade float. And then this second one I got is Magic Hap-pins float. I'm not going to take these out of the package. This one has a kind of iridescent, like that oil slick look to it. It's the sorcerer hat. Mickey's there on the front, so you can kind of see that. Just for the sake of time, because this is going to be a long video. You guys have probably seen a lot of these on Instagram. I know people showed them at the event as it was happening. This one is the Magic Hap-pins float. Then I got one of the larger pin sets. This one, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be splitting up. There is one pin in here that I would like to keep, even though it's not something I collect. But this was called, oh, Magic Spells. Magic Spells is what this one is called. These are fantastic. You have Ursula. You have Hocus Pocus. You have NBC there with Jack Skellington. Everybody's kind of mixing up a spell or potion. You've got Jafar, you've got the sorcerer from, I was going to say the Black Cauldron. It's not the Black Cauldron. It'll come to me in a moment. And then you've got the Sleeping Beauty one, and that's fantastic. This is one you can't see. I don't know if I can get the light to show you all the glitter and sparkle in each of these. Sword in the Stone, there we go. Sword in the Stone is that one. And this is just a gorgeous set. I know people were going around looking for this. Some people were looking for this. People are selling these individually and or the box set or trading them. I think they're going to be they may be sellers for me because I spent a lot and I need to recoup a little bit. So that was the set of 6 magic spells, and then I got a bunch of individual pins. So the first were part of a series called Magical Moments, Magical Movie Moments, and I got the Cinderella one, and this one is lenticular, as she's, let me take this out of the package, as the fairy godmother is putting her spell to turn Cinderella's rags into riches into her dress there. These are beautiful. These, I'll take one out and show you the backer here, and then we'll go through some of the other ones kind of quickly. So these are a limited edition size $7.50. So limited edition of $7.50 on these. So I only got 2 of these. I got this one And I got the Alice in Wonderland one. So the Mad Tea Party. They're super cute. They, you know, it looks like a television with a VCR slot, possibly. This one looks like a different kind of TV. So they are magical movie moments. There were other ones, I'm trying to think. I know there was, I think, a Pinocchio one, different ones. But anyway, so that was the magical moments. Then I got remember I mentioned the ones that was magical park experiences like pin trading. I got one that was meeting the characters. Yeah, meeting a character. And this one was fun. It opens. It is a pin on pin, but also a mobile pin. I'm not sure if it, oh, I see. I've got to take one backer off to move it. Nope, got to take more off. Let's pull this one out. So these are all limited edition. And so you will see that it opens up just slightly there. And I just noticed that the little meeting character comes right off, kind of like those character box pins that came out last year. But that is the pin. I don't think, oh, Minnie Mouse does move. Okay, so Minnie Mouse moves, and it is Donald and Goofy in the, that's a little bit hard to see, in the silver part behind there. So that's pretty fun. Again, this is a limited edition. I believe this one is also $7.50. Okay, so then we have some of the, they were sets of 2. They were magical Disney miniatures. So those were also limited edition of $7.50, and I switched them up because I only bought 2 because I wanted 2 characters and they came in different packages. So I got this. It actually came with, I think it was Bruno and Olaf, and then Mushu came with Lumiere. So I actually changed up the packages because I was gonna list them right away or possibly trade them, and then I didn't, but those were the magical miniatures. So these are a little smaller. These are also a LE of $7.50. We got those. Then I got the, what were these ones called? These were magical transformations. So we're gonna pull, well, let's pull the biggest guy out here. And when I say biggest guy, I mean the most sought after. So this one sold out. The others were, some of them were available, some of them sold out right away. This is the Ursula one. I'm sorry, the Maleficent one. So, magical transformations. This is a 3-part pin. So it folds out like that and transforms. So there is Maleficent going into her dragon form. Very, very cool pin. That's super fun. So I got Maleficent. This one is an LE of, oh, these are also $7.50. So the only ones, oh no, these are $500. So these are $500, and the character experiences ones were $500. For this set, I also got Ursula, and I got the Evil Queen. And again, some of these will be traders once I decide what I'm keeping. So being gone so long, also not having just my stuff to organize like I would at home, I didn't do all that well, and it was on to the next grandchild or thing, so all of that did not happen at the event. So now I need to do some of that at home. Okay, the last 2 things I got as far as the RSP pre-order were 2 mystery sets, and one was called Magic of Music, and the other one was Magical Objects. Now, I did do a video opening. I did it at the event. I recorded and I posted that last Monday, I believe, Monday or Tuesday, and so I'll link that. You can go look at those, but I'm gonna show you a quick view of them. I opened them right there. The first Magical Objects, I bought, there were 10 pins. I bought 5 boxes. I got all 10 pins. I think this has happened to me one other time with the Muppets characters, the Mayhem, but these are the pins. These are stunning. I'm gonna hold it back here, see if I can get better light for you. I'm turning it because there is a fabulous glitter element to these. Each of them, you can kind of see in that sorcerer's hat, have a glitter background. So you've got the Evil Queen's mirror, you've got the black cauldron, you've got the magic lamp from Aladdin, you've got the mirror from Beauty and the Beast, you've got the anvil and sword from Sword in the Stone, the sorcerer's hat. This is the flower from Rapunzel, Tangled, that Mother Gothel used to stay young. This is the from Atlantis, so Kita's necklace that gave power. This is the shell that I believe Ursula used to take Ariel's voice, and then the scarab that was used in Aladdin as well, which was interesting. We were all commenting about whether, you know, it was kind of weird that they did a mystery set and they had two things from the same movie. And then the music set. So I did pretty good with this one. I also only bought 5 boxes. Only 5 boxes was a lot. There were 2 pins in each box, and I got, I think, 8 of them that were uniques, and I traded 2 more, and then I didn't have enough. I was hoping to like maybe trade another pin to get the other 2, but I didn't do that, so I'm missing 2. So we've got Jungle Book, and that is the Bare Necessities. We've got Circle of Life. We've got Colors of the Wind for Pocahontas. We've got How Far I'll Go for Moana. Let It Go, Frozen. Brother Bear has On My Way. When Will My Life Begin for Tangled. We've got You've Got a Friend in Me for Toy Story. When You Wish Upon a Star for Pinocchio, and A Whole New World for Aladdin. So those are the 10 pins. The 2 I did not get was an Ariel pin for Little Mermaid and a Hercules pin. So that was all the pins I purchased for the event. Now, let's talk about the trading. So as I said, after you got your pins, you went into the trading room and you could trade up until I think 6 o'clock. They closed off the room. Now, we did have people who did not sign up for the event that came and just traded in the lobby. So that's a thing. If you want to, and you can get down to one of these events, but you don't get in for the actual event, people just came to the lobby and hung out and traded. And that was awesome too. That just brought a whole nother group of traders. So then I got a bunch of pins trading that night and the next night. We also traded anytime we were in a line. We were trading with other people in the line, chatting up. It was a matter of whether it was completing your sets. Everybody brought other traders. When we were in the line for the actual event traders, we were trading with people, so that was awesome. You just need to be prepared with a way to be able to carry your pins, pull out your pins quickly. I'll post a picture of the bag I took. I think I did that in the video part as well. It was a rolling tote that actually you can sit on as well, because literally we were in line all day the next day. So let's talk about that, and then I'll come back to the trading. So the event itself, and I didn't know this when I signed up for it, was we trade with Disney. So they have boards set up, and a large board. Each board has, let's say, 100 pins on it, 80 to 100 pins. I don't know. It was a lot. You get in line for those. I think last year what they did is you had a tab and you could get in line, like you had 4 tabs, you could get in line 4 times. This time you could get in line as many times as you want and trade, and you got to pick a pin off their board. 2 pins. Each time you went up, you got to pick 2, and you had to give them a trader. Now, you could give them any legitimate Disney pin. It could be a Loungefly, a box lunch, Disney, copyrighted Disney pin. It cannot be a scrapper. So it could be the cheapest pins you have. You could have gotten, you know, I did some live sales where I got 2 for $5. So it was really good deal as far as what you were giving them and what you were getting back. Now, what was on the board were mostly artist proof pins, meaning if you're not familiar with that, an artist proof pin is just what it says. It's a proof before the final print of the pin comes out. The other thing is pre-production. So PPs and APs is mostly what was on the board. So they would have the board, you'd stand in line, you'd go up, you had 1 minute to look at that board, pick your 2 pins, and then you gave them the 2 pins you were trading in and you got those 2 pins. 1 minute is very short to look at and make a decision and find again the pins that you want. So sometimes you put a finger on one, or you had the cast member put a finger on one and hold it until you, excuse me, made your final decision. So I went in like having no idea what to do, what to pick. So that was very stressful. After a bit, you kind of knew things to look for. Some of the boards were repetitive, but the other thing they did is they would refresh the board. Now, why did they do that? The lines were insane. So they had 4 different, for us regular apprentice signed up people, they had 4 different lines, and each line had either 3 boards or 2 boards. So you only went to 1 board in each line, but it was like 3 cast members. So you got up to the line, you went to the next one, the next person went to the other cast member, and so on. But those lines, we were in for an hour each. That was probably the average. The first one, we were in shorter time because we got in early. And when I say got in early, I got there at 9:15 and the doors were opening at 10. That line was already hundreds of people. And I had no idea. I thought I was just supposed to show up at 10. So lesson learned there. Apparently people were in line 7:30, 8 o'clock. The only thing that really got you is to be first in line for one of the pin pulls. If you're at the beginning, that just means you have more time to get in more lines. And you had the last line you could get in was at 5 o'clock. Here's a con of the event. We literally stood in line the entire time. When we got out of the line and got those pins, we went to the next line so that we could make the most of it and get as many pulls as we wanted. What that meant was we took no lunch break. We didn't go to the trading tables, which were open all during this part. It was just, it is what it is. I guess last year was kind of better. They had it over 2 days, this part of the event, instead of 1. So they had more time. So they could feel a little more relaxed, and they had a limited time that they could go in the line. So they knew they had, you know, if I did 2 today, I could do 2 tomorrow. Whereas we were just trying to get them all in. And there were other things to do. There were games. There was a game everybody got like 2 free pulls without a trade. That was fun. It was in like a gumball machine, and little eggs or round balls came out and you got the pin in there. So that was nice. The event itself, they had music playing and they had announcements. Couldn't hear most of that. The game lines were just as long and they were similar. They just made the same type of pull into a game. Where like one was a Nightmare Before Christmas setup, and instead of a board, you pulled out of a little coffin. And we thought those boards were smaller, so we didn't waste our time with those. There were also a store, and they were selling like extras of the pins that didn't sell out, and a few other park items, and a little bit of food, like the bagged popcorn, the caramel corn, stuff like that, not like a sandwich. So we did bring some of our own food and snacks, and just if we had to go to the bathroom, one of us got out of line while the other one stayed, that kind of thing. Little crazy. So that's kind of a downside, and I think they take feedback and maybe they'll change it up next year. Apparently this year was a result of the feedback from last year, so who knows. All right, so back to the pulls. Here's what I got. So we ended up getting 6 lines, getting in 6 times. We got the 2, so that's 12 pins, and then we got the 2 from the ball game, and then also there was cast members in the middle of the room at certain times that just had little books to trade. So we got those 2 one time. So I got a total of 15 pins. So here's what I got. When I started, I was looking at holiday pins. So I've got this one with Lucifer. I've got a Goofy and Donald. I got this one in one of the ball pools, a cool Small World pin. Now, all of these are limited edition, like large size limited edition, maybe limited edition of 2000. That's Lewis there. I was looking for things with higher value, like a moving element, a pin on pin. We've got Alice Christmas. We've got another Alice Christmas in the wreath there. I don't think that one opens. I think it's just pin on pin. Then I've got a Pixar one. Now, all of these, like I said, are limited edition. They are also all AP or PP. I don't think I got any PPs. I think mine are all artist proofs. This is a Hong Kong pin, I believe. Photo Pass. And also this one. This is very cool. Excited to have that one for my collection. Couple I was focused on that I thought would be great traders. So like this one has a moving element. I also met my friend Emily there, and she was my advisor and kind of helping me with what to look for. Look at this guy. I'm so excited to have that one. That is awesome. This is the one I traded with a cast member. So the little, is it Flick on there? It's Flick and the raccoon that I can't remember right now. And that's the one I traded with the cast member that was standing in the middle. I got this Aristocats, another 3-way pin. That one's very cute. This beautiful stained glass beast pin. And then this guy, he's a scientist apparently from Nightmare Before Christmas, and he's got some roadkill there that they used as toys to give to the children. I don't know a lot about that one, but this was a pretty good haul. I was pleased with all the pins. It was so stressful trying to pick quickly. Yeah, anyway. All right, you guys, this video is going super long. So I also want to show you my traders. So like I said, there was trading at the event at tables. There was tables when after registration. There were tables during the pin pools, so anybody could stop, go set themselves up at tables. Some people brought tons of stuff. Some people brought very little and walked around. You could either sit and let people come to you, or you can walk around and see what people had and offer trades and so forth. But then there was also after hours trading. So in the area in the hotel, the lobby there, we did some trading as well. So this is what I picked up from trades. So I got some really good pins. I got some palm pins. I got some, oh, this is a collection I finished, and you met the nicest people. This guy, he had some at home. He remembered me, brought them the next day, and helped me finish my Kite Tails collection. So that was very cool. I got some other pins that helped complete some collections. I got a Vanellope pin, more of the princess pins. I got some really cool Tiana pins. This was a great addition. This is the Yak from Zootopia. I got another Zootopia Mr. Biggs pin, camera pin. These are the new set. I think I also bought a couple of blind boxes of these that I'll show in another haul, but I was able to trade for a couple. People were picking these up at Disney Springs and bringing them back to trade. That was very cool. These I was so excited about, my Carl pins. Here's another Zootopia Finnick pin. This one's super tiny. It's a whole scene in there of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, but it's so small. This is the Ralph water bottle, and so on. So many awesome trades, so many great people we met. I also had celebrity sightings. So I met Marcy and Aaron from Marcy Mouse's Instagram live sales on Friday nights. You heard me talk about her many times. So I was able to meet them. I'll post some pictures here. I also met from Disney Pin Blogs. Oh, I just forgot his name. I'll post it here. And then also folks from a couple of other channels like Kangaroo Pins. I watch them on Tuesday nights on Instagram, and they were at the event as well. And then also I went to Disney Springs and I did a pickup with Diz Family Adventures and got to meet Lauren and Gwen there. Oh, and I met Brendan in one of the character warehouses. So I saw him on one of the nights I went, or maybe it was the day the event started. I stopped at the character warehouse, saw Brendan from Diz Family Adventures as well. So it was so fun meeting all these people. Now, one of the highlights was I hung out with Emily, as I mentioned. She was showing me the ropes. She had done this before. We had a lot of fun chatting in line. We assisted each other. I recommend going with a buddy if you can. You can do it by yourself, but like I said, some of the lines and stuff like that, it was helpful. And if it's your first time, it's helpful to have an idea of what to do. And so Emily was a godsend for me, helping me out the whole time. And we actually ran into each other after the event at Pin headquarters, where I'll talk about that in my shopping haul in the next video. Let me think if there's anything else. Oh, and look what she made. Emily made these and gave away some of these painted rocks that were with the Magic Hap-pins. So just a little memento from that event. So I'm so excited to have that. I'm so excited to have her as a friend. We did some trading as well. And that just made the event so much better to be with a buddy, make new friends. I met so many wonderful people. There were other people there from like Dream 499, that is a live seller on Instagram as well. The Crack and Trade guys were there, other businesses, stuff like that. So that was really great. Is there anything I'm forgetting to tell you? Oh yes, the other thing was, besides having the store, they had sneak peeks. And the sneak peeks showed us some of the monthly collections that are already out. They showed us what's coming, what pins are coming up for the rest of the year for those. They showed us some of the pins and pin sets that are coming out next year for 2024. We got to see the advent calendar. We also got to see some new pin bags that are coming out. So those are very cool. You're gonna like those. They got some cool straps with kind of, you can wear as a fanny pack or a crossbody with a couple of different bags you can put on it, almost like a tool belt, and different straps, and coordinate those. So very cool. We talked about the lines. I ran to Disney Springs in between. We did the trading tables, the celebrity sightings, and the friends that we made. All just made it super awesome. I was very pleased I went. A lot of lessons learned, lots of things to prepare for. If you guys have questions, comment down below and let me know. I'm happy to answer those. I'm sorry to go through this kind of quickly in a very long way because there was a lot to cover. But if you made it this far, kudos to you. Thanks for sticking with me. I appreciate all of you being here, watching, hearing about me talk about this for months leading up to it. And to have it done, to be home, to have all these pins is really wonderful. And just the experience and the friendships made was awesome. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Like I said, let me know if you have questions down below. Go ahead and subscribe if you're not subscribed already, because the next video is going to be the hauls from stopping at Disney Springs and the character warehouses and pin headquarters. You guys got to hear about that one. And I will see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.